Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I decided to recreate a requested tutorial, and it's just a really pretty purple halo eye. I don't think I've done any halo eyes yet on my channel, so I was really excited to film this. It's such a gorgeous look, and it's weird because I just whipped it up one day. I was just kind of doing my makeup and letting my creativity flow, and this is what it got me. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and if you want to know how I got this purple halo eye, then just keep watching. Alright, so to prime my eyes today, I'm going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and this is in the shade Fair. To set that down, I'm just going to be using my fluffy Wet n Wild brush, setting that with the first shade in my Kokie Contour palette. Like usual, this shade right here. Just a little side note on setting down the eyes after you prime them. I know a lot of people always say that blending never works out for them, or you know, they're not very good at eyeshadow, but I promise you that if you prime your eye to cover up all your veins or whatever, you have to set that with a powder, so that way your shadows will go on really smooth. But anyways, like I was saying, I promise that that will fix your problem, and your shadows should go on no problem if you set that concealer down or primer or whatever you decide to use. And like I've said before, you will probably rarely ever see me using an actual eyeshadow primer. I just prefer concealer, but you can feel free to use whatever you want. So for my transition shade, I'm going to be dipping into the Coloupop and Kathleen Light's Dream Street palette, and I'm going to be using this first shade right here, which is Shooting Star. And I'm just going to be taking that on this fluffy Morphe brush. So now I'm going to be taking the smallest tapered blending brush from that Morphe brush set, and I'm going to be using the Morphe Dare to Create 39A palette, and I'm going to be taking this deep purple shade in the corner right here. So this look is a halo eye, and for those of you who don't know what a halo eye is, that's basically just you put your darker shadows on your inner corner and your outer corner, and you highlight the center of your eye, opposed to, you know, an all over lid shade or a cut crease or something like that. So I'm going to start off just by trying to pack on the color in the inner and outer corner. And then I'm just going to take that really lightly and connect them. And when you're doing a look like this, you want to have a little bit more of a precise tapered brush to really get that line in there. You don't want to use anything fluffy because it is a little bit more detailed. So after I have that pretty much down, once I connect those two corners in the middle, I usually just try to focus on the inner and outer corners and building up that color. So I'm just going to pat that right in the corner, and then I'll blend it out a little bit. And you don't need to worry about covering your whole lid, since we are going to conceal the center of it anyways and add a lid shade. So I know this looks really crazy and intense, but we are going to take this small Morphe pencil brush, and I'm going to take that with no additional product on it and just take that right on the edges and buff them out a little bit so that it looks a little bit more blended and not so harsh. Have that shade on, I'm now going to be going in with some concealer and using this really tiny detailed Real Techniques brush. I'm just going to be using my Tarte Shape Tape for that too, and you won't need a lot of this, maybe just like a teeny tiny dot, since we are just concealing the center of the eye. I'm trying to want to make it a little bit thinner on the bottom. I'm just going to kind of round it out on the top and then kind of just blend it out towards the bottom. usually what I would do right after that is just take that brush that we applied the purple with, and don't put any excess product on it. You just want to take it as it is and just sort of blend the purple into the concealer a little bit. So the color we're going to be applying to the lid is from the Huda Beauty Desert Dust palette. We're going to be using the shade Twilight, which is this one right here. And it's more of like a duochrome shade. It looks a lot different than it performs, I will say that. Don't get me wrong, I love this palette, but it's just a little bit difficult to work with sometimes. So, to avoid it falling away throughout the day, I'm just going to go with some of this Hard Candy Glitter Stay Glitter Glue. And just pat that right on top of the concealer we just applied. And then, using that same brush, I'm just going to be applying the Twilight right on top of the glitter glue. After we apply Twilight, I'm just going to take that brush we used to apply the purple again and just blend that in a little bit. Keep in mind, I'm not putting any more product in the brush, but I am going to apply a little bit more purple to my outer corner because, as you can see, that corner of my eye for some reason hates taking pigment. I don't know why, it just doesn't. So if you ever see me adding extra anything to that outer corner, that is why. Alright, so lashes are on. I believe that the ones I'm wearing are the Kiss lashes, but they're the ones in the white box, and I'm pretty sure they're foam mink. I don't know what style they are. I've had these for a while. I don't wear them very often because the band is really, really thick. I hate thick banded lashes. Only for occasions, really. It's definitely not an everyday lash. But it ended up looking really good with this eye look, so yeah. So I'm going to be priming my face with, with my Touch N Sol No Poreblem primer. Ever since I got this, I've been using it non-stop every time I do my makeup. It's not only smells so nice, but it actually feels like it hydrates the skin, but it doesn't make me oily at the same time. Be using the NYX Total Control drops in the shade Vanilla. The only complaint that I have about using like this liquidy of a foundation is that you need to work with it really, really fast, and I kind of made a mistake just now because I forgot to wet my beauty blender, but thankfully I have a foundation brush that I actually like, and believe it or not, it's this little bugger, and I got it for like, I don't know, 97 cents on Amazon. And it actually works really, really nice. And now I'm not a brush person when it comes to foundation. I would much rather apply my foundation with a beauty blender or like wet sponge of some sort. I'm kind of, I guess this is my color. I guess my face is just kind of really red right now. I did not realize how white this was, but once we bronze up the face, it'll look better. So now, for concealer, I'm going to be using my new holy grail, which I knew it was going to be because of all of the good things I've heard about it, and that is the Shape Tape. And I am in the shade Fair. This is not my shade I've discovered. I do need to get a little bit more of like a neutral or warmer shade. This is really, really cool toned. And I'm not going to conceal my forehead or my chin, mostly because, I don't know, it's not something I do very often. Honestly, I really just kind of feel like it's unnecessary. For setting powder, I'm going to be setting my face with the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. Alright, so I'm just going to be dipping my damn sponge into the powder and just kind of patting it into my skin. Focus on the spots on my face that tend to crease or get oily throughout the day. I'm going to be using that purple NYX liner, and this one is in the shade Glam Purple. And just like in my picture that I posted, I'm just going to be applying that to the beginning half of my lower lash line. So the only other thing left to do to the eyes, other than an inner corner brow bone highlight, I'm just going to apply some mascara to the lower lashes. And I'm going to be using the Kokie Volume and Length mascara. And going into my Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm going to be using, I believe this is in Light or Beam. I don't know what ones the two are, and I don't know where my little card's at right now. But it's just this second highlight shade in the palette. I love this shade for any type of highlight for your cheeks, brow bone, inner corner, whatever it may be. It is so gorgeous. And I'm just going to take a flat synthetic Morphe brush right here and apply that to my inner corner and my brow bone. Why? But I've been forgetting my brows lately. Does anyone else do that? I'm just gonna do my brows off of camera just to save a little time, and I will be right back. Alright, so brows are on, and now it's time to finish up the rest of the face. So for blush, I'm gonna be using, you already know what it is, which is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in the shade Party. I know I'm lame, I don't have any more blushes, but Friday I'm getting a whole other palette of blushes. The look that I did with this, I'm going to tell you what highlight I used, but I am going to be trying out a brand new highlighter today, which I am so excited to try, and you will see why in a minute. But in that look, I used the Revlon Photo Ready Galaxy Dream highlighting palette, and I used the purple one right down here, just to really go with that purple theme of the look. And it looks gorgeous on the face, but for the sake of trying this brand new highlighter, that is what I'm going to use in this video today. And this is the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter. They just came out with these. I do believe there's only like 2 shades. This one is, I believe, the lighter of the two, or that's what it looked like in the packaging. This is in Champagne. I did want to get both of them, but I could only get one, so these are, I think, like $10.99. So they are a little bit cheaper than the Butter Bronzer, but they are a lot smaller. Like, let me compare. I have noticed that the Butter Blushes and the Butter Highlighters are a lot smaller than the Butter Bronzer, which is fine. I'm not complaining. And this highlight even has the same scent as all the rest of the Butter products. And that is so exciting to me because it smells like a tropical dream, and I love it. I have swatched it on my hand, and it is so soft, and it's so pretty. And I really hope this isn't too dark for me, because the other one, I believe it's called Rose Gold, and that one looks a little bit too dark. It smells so good, but this is what the Champagne one looks like. So gorgeous. Oh, I'm so excited. The only thing that I dislike about this is that it doesn't have the same like button you open and like flip it open with. This is like a twisty top, which whatever, but just like a packaging thing of mine. So I'm gonna be taking this Morphe brush to apply it. Oh my gosh, I'm so ready for this. Alright, it doesn't look like it's gonna be too dark, but just a couple swipes and it's already so pretty. Oh my goodness. Wow. I think what I like about this is that you can actually tell it's gold. I don't know about anybody else, but I feel like almost every highlighter looks like identical until you put it up against a different one. But I don't know, you can really tell that this one is like a true gold, but it's not too dark. And that's awesome because it's really hard to find a light enough gold highlight for someone with my skin tone. This is so beautiful. what's going on, but I've been using a lot of Physicians Formula products lately, and they are impressing me so much. Like, everything that they come out with is so beautiful. Like, I've talked about my butter bronzer before, obviously, but this Rose All Day Serum, I'm in love with this. If it'll focus. There we go. And they have another serum. It's something Boost, Bright Boost or something, and that one is also really great. I used to have one of their foundations, which is pretty good. They have a new foundation out that I really want to try, and they have a primer. It's like a illuminating primer, and it looks just like the Becca Backlighting Primer, so I really want to get my hands on that and try that out. But there's so many things that Physicians Formula has, and I never really thought that they did. I don't know. Maybe it's new. I don't know, but like, for the drugstore, like, this is so pretty. This is, alright, so I'm going to be using an Ultra Satin Lip by Coloupop, and this is from the ILUVSARAHIII collection, SARAHIII. I don't know how to really say her name, but I did purchase her a whole collection, and I did get one of the Dream Street lipsticks. Actually, I got Kathleen's Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Dreamy. This is a beautiful color. And the three that came in this ILUVSARAHIII set, I think it's SARAHIII, I don't know. Well, anyways, these are the three lippies that came in her set. And I picked it because it's so pretty. The darkest one is an ultra matte lip. I've worn that. Gorgeous. The one I'm about to put on is in the shade 951. And then there's this last one that's an ultra glossy lip, and this is called Curvy. And the gloss is also so beautiful. I was kind of thinking about wearing that today, but I'm just going to stick with what I wore in the picture. So that is her Ultra Satin Lip in 951. Final step to this look is setting spray, and I'm just going to be using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Alright guys, so that is it for this halo eye look. I hope you guys really enjoyed this look. I loved creating it. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give my video a huge thumbs up and subscribe before you guys leave. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.